So this is a catch-up video of just basically what's been happening because I've slightly not because I've just not prioritized my time enough for some of my songs and stuff like that. Just because I didn't realize how long they would take, and I didn't realize that it would really play a challenge on my fingers. So yes, I've been just struggling with that a bit. Anyway, we've caught up now, so I'm just going to show you what I've been kind of going through and the progress that I've done and how I've done it. So the update is that I'm playing with a band, and then I'm also changing the Queen song to a Jeff Buckley song. Yeah, just because I changed it just because the vocals were going to be too hard for me. I already know how to play the song, which was the easy bit. It's just the vocals. Although Jeff Buckley is still quite challenging. Freddie Mercury's vocals are too much out of my range. But yeah, so what I've just been doing, I've been practicing a lot in college, especially just the Jeff Buckley one, just because it's been a challenge of trying to sing and play at the same time whilst keeping it synced together well and just being able to play the song right. So that has been a challenge, and I didn't really expect it to be as hard, but probably because I've chosen quite difficult songs, so that's how it is. So as this is supposed to be week 3, I was supposed to have done basically just looking at the tones of the songs, like the guitar tones, and just trying to kind of recreate them as best as possible. I've kind of done that already, just because it helps me play better when I've got the right tone for like what I'm doing. An example, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eddie Van Halen's tone is completely different. So if I was trying to play Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of tone on Eddie Van Halen's type of playing, it just wouldn't really work for me, so I've already done them anyway. But I need to refine them a bit more just for the show, which is in about 2 weeks. I'm just going to go through the process of that. It's going to be a lot of trial and error, but oh well. And then I was supposed to have practiced singing and playing and learning the lyrics for each song, which I have done. I sometimes remember them, sometimes I don't, so it's a bit unstable, so I won't say I've learnt them properly yet. But it's getting there. I can play kind of all the songs. I can kind of like play and sing at the same time, middle of all the songs, so we're not too far out. So I'm going to go through the process of kind of how I figure out how to do tones. So I'll listen to the guitar tone that I'm looking at, but like in different tracks. So like I'll listen to multiple songs with that same kind of tone on it, just so I kind of got an overall gathering of how it is, because like the playing styles are different on all the songs, so you kind of can feel how they're playing affects the tone as well. Just because that's something that I need to gather up on. It's not just all about how the amp is set up, it's all within the fingers as well, so it's kind of trying to recreate that at the same time. So I'll even like watch videos and look at how exactly they're actually playing, just to kind of recreate how they're doing it a bit. So to get these tones, I've already done my research with them as well, just so I know a few things of like how they've got their tones. So like with Stevie Ray Vaughan, obviously he's got his 60s Strat, then he's got his Ibanez TS-09, TS-08, whatever it is, Tube Screamer, overdrive pedal, and then he's got his wah. This is just kind of the Voodoo Child setup that I'm talking about. And then he's got some Fender twin reverbs, although I used loads of different ones, so it's kind of hard to tell which one he used on this specific ones. But he used Fender reverbs, twin reverbs, vibroverbs. He used Dumble amps, which are really expensive amps apparently, that aren't really made as much anymore. Same thing that John Mayer uses, those same amps. And then with Eddie Van Halen, he kind of just used a crap ton of Marshall amps. Also a bit more to it, but he used like 10 Marshall plexi heads and then linked them all together somehow. And that's how he got his mad overdrive kind of tone. That's like, it's still really tight. It's not too like, it's not distorted, and it's not really loose and muddy. It's still like a clean sound. So like with the Stevie Ray Vaughan tone, I've just been listening to this this kind of concert that he did, because that's the one I'm representing. This is the one I'm kind of trying to recreate and do. But you can hear in his tone, I'll just play it. So that's with the wah pedal. And the wah pedal he uses has been altered. You can alter them so they sound more like high pitched or lower pitch, or like they all have it to their own taste, but I've kind of just put mine higher pitched. Just set as the same like kind of effect. So I'm just going to show you this bit of the song. Now, I don't actually know if he's using this with the wah pedal or not, or with the, just like without the wah pedal and the overdrive and everything else he's got. But I'll show what it sounds like. So you can tell it's quite a, you can tell from listening to that, it's quite like a balanced out kind of sound. Like there's like nice bass, there's nice middle, but there's nice treble to it at the same time. So that's kind of what I've just implemented and just kind of done a lot of trial and error with it, which I'm going to show you later on. But this is what I've done with all the other songs as well. So like with the Van Halen one, I'll put that on real quick. This is what the Van Halen tone is kind of like. So that's the intro, and then I'll get onto the solo a bit. So yeah, you can hear it's like, at the beginning it's still like quite meaty and still like thick sounding, but then when he's like going to solos and stuff, it's quite thin sounding. It's really like, it's quite trebly and really screaming, like quite, I'd say it's like compressed almost. And you can tell, you can hear the echo and that, the kind of reverb in that more as well. So yeah, so I've already done these type of tones based on just kind of listening to this and experimenting around and using the pedals that I've got. Cause I've got a wah and I've got an overdrive. And then for the Van Halen one, I'm using like a treble booster, just because it seems to work better than my other overdrive. The treble booster is kind of an overdrive as well, but it kind of just gets me that thin sound a bit better. But my only problem is that it sounds really like, it's not very tight like his tone. It's a bit distorted and a bit too gainy, so I'm gonna have to try to figure that out somehow in this little video catch-up thing that I've got going. George. So this is the equipment that I'm using. That's the treble booster there that I was on about. That's the wah, and that's the overdrive, which is like a Klon Centaur copy, which is quite funny. And then I'm using this Marshall amp for all my tones, because it seems to be doing better than that. That just doesn't sound, it's just not giving me, it don't please my ears as much. So yeah, so I'm just going to kind of go through these tones and what I've got so far, and then I'm going to show you how I kind of work on it and how I get them better. So this is the Voodoo Child tone so far. So just show you a brief bit of the song, just without the singing. This is the Van Halen one with the treble booster. So yeah, that one is not too bad either, but there's still a bit of there's still a lot to go. That one a bit more than the other one. There's another reason why I keep losing track of time with this project and how long things would take. It's because I keep breaking strings constantly, even though I've been soldering them in the points where they keep breaking. So I guess I'm just gonna have to change strings and then retry. So string fixed, and I decided that I'm not really going to bother too much with the Silvery Von tone yet, just because I'm pretty sure it's quite perfect for me, and I just kind of want it. I want it so I'm pleased. I'm not really too bothered what everyone else thinks, but normally I've already overdone it anyway. That's kind of what I'm like. Lots of perfect things, but a perfectionist. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to go into the Van Halen tone because that needs a bit of work. I think it's just a bit too distorted, but then it's like I need the gain, I need the overdrive. So maybe I can try it with this pedal as well. I've not really tried the Klon pedal. I've only just tried it with the treble booster. So. Okay, so now from listening to the video back, listening to the song back, and then listening to it with the pedals, it's definitely this one that sounds better. So if I do a comparison of pedals real quick. So that's what the original sounds like. This is what I want to use. And this is with the treble booster, which I don't think sounds as good. That pedal is just it's a bit less clean. The treble booster is just a little bit less clean. It's not too far off, but the Klon definitely has a bit more of a meatier sound. I think with the middle, I need to change it slightly. It sounds like mine's a bit too thick. So I'm adjusting the middle right now. Okay, so the middle needed to turn up a little bit. It's just the chord sounds a bit more pronounced, which is what I was looking for. And it all just sounds a bit more tighter. So let me demonstrate what it was like before. And then with it adjusted. I don't want to adjust the bass because it's already been scooped and the bass is already quite high. And I don't want it to kind of interfere with the middle bit and kind of mess up all the... Well, I don't want the chorus to sound a bit too beefy. The treble I'm going to adjust a little bit, see what happens. I wouldn't say the treble needs adjusting either. Now, for the kind of reverb that was going on, it's just like a halls. It's like a hall simulator, so like a opera hall simulator. That's what kind of like a fucking like a hall, like a hall. So like a big room, like a big space. So that's what it's trying to simulate. And you can hear that a bit. It's not too intense, and it don't last too long. Just so when you're doing. Not ringing out for ages. I mean, I should probably adjust it a little bit. There you go. So yeah, I wanted it to cut off a little bit. I don't want it to ring out like forever, kind of like a Fender does. So yeah, I would say I'm pretty happy with the tone, and I mean don't know, I can't really get the tone that close unless I have a lot of money and 10 Marshall Plexi heads all combined together. I forgot, I've got a Jeff Buckley tone as well. Well, not a Jeff Buckley tone, but kind of like is kind of diamond sounding, chorusy sounding, but with a lot of bass, and it's quite a big sound. So for that, I'm using this just because it kind of sounds like an acoustic, but it's not, obviously. But it just sounds quite nice, and it's got quite a lot of bass. It's just quite a balanced guitar. So yeah, and then for that, I just kind of did what I desired to my ears, but you can see the bottom numbers there on the piece of paper, 6, 2, and then 8. And then that's over here, this is the effects bit. 8 and 7 was the best for that. So yeah, now I'm just going to show you what stage I'm at of all the songs.
Parading in the wake of saturations, the shoes fill up with water. Maybe I'm too young to think of love isn't going wrong, but tonight you're broken down and hungry, feel love, but no way to feed it. Oh, where are you tonight, child? You know how much I need it. Too young to hold on, and too old to just break free and run. Sometimes a man gets carried away when he feels like he should be having his fun. But still blind to see the damage he's done. Now sometimes a man must wait to find really he has no one. So wait for you, love. Will I ever see your sweet return? Should've come over. Please not lonely is the room the bed is made, the open window lays the rain in. Burning in the corner, the only one that dreams he had you with it. My body turned and good for it, seems I won't ever come, but it's never over. Looking for a kiss upon the shoulder. going, yeah. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sit back now. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going, yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sit back now. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Don't ever let me be. I only wanna be by your side. Please don't ever let me be. I only wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going, yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. Oh, you really got me. Oh no, no. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know where I'm going. Yeah. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Wow.